Honestly, I'm seeing a future Liverpool captain in Jude Bellingham. In my head, it'll go Henderson, Van Dijk, Jude Bellingham, when Bellingham's like 23, 24 maybe. This video is being brought to you with thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to not only browse the internet entirely anonymously, but also very securely. Surfshark will secure your data with industry-leading measures using uncrackable encryption and the most secure VPN protocols. One subscription with Surfshark will work across all of your devices. I use it for unlocking things like American Netflix. We also use it if we want to watch our Canadian DAZN account and a couple of other bits and pieces. The good news is you can get 83% off. That's right, I did say 83% off. And an additional 3 months free using the Anfield Agenda link in the description. They've also got a really credible and unique 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like Surfshark, it doesn't meet your needs, which I'm going to be honest with you, it will and you won't. But if you do, if you want to change, Surfshark give you 30 days to change your mind. Why not give Surfshark a try? You'll be supporting us here at Anfield Agenda and you'll be treating yourself to the best VPN provider out there, bar none. Right, lads, look, let's get stuck into it. Want to get your thoughts on the stuff from Kevin Palmer around Jude Bellingham, and I'll come to you first, Johnny Bravo. What do you think?
Well, mate, it's not news to us, is it? Because you've been telling this for, what, a year and a half now?
Do you know what? I think it is about that. Honestly, if you go back right back to the choo-choo stuff, I think it is about that long.
It is. It's certainly been going all the time I've been here. So, yeah, look, I'm just as optimistic as I have been over the last sort of 6-7 months with it, because look, it's looking more and more blatantly obvious now that Mr. Bellingham will be on his way to Anfield, which would be fantastic, and hopefully we can provide him with a good attack on European football as well to show off to him, really.
And yourself, Paddy, do you agree with Prince Charming?
Yeah, spot on. I think we all know that's the case. I think I'm not really worried about it, but the only time where I would have a bit of a question mark in my own head, just being negative, would be if City were seriously offering or in from, and I feel like City will be, just for the sake of stopping us. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I can understand where you're coming from. And I think Chelsea have been mentioned because apparently Todd Bowley just wants everyone who's a big name in football, regardless whether they'll have any input into fitting into his team or not. He needs to get that 4-4-3 right, Paddy, before he makes any calls. And, Jude Bellingham would suit that 4-4-3 system very well that Todd Bowley wants to implement.
I wouldn't listen. If you went to Chelsea, I'd be like, listen, more fool him. City are the only side that I think can compete with us in terms of being a good fit for him. I think we're perfect for him. But if you're getting offered double the wages elsewhere, as much as you're gonna make the right decision for your career, money will take a factor. I wouldn't really worry about Chelsea. I'm sure they'll be in for him, but if it's between us and Chelsea, I have no doubt it'd be us.
It's got to be us anyway. I mean, that's, as far as I'm concerned, nothing has changed. And I've been touching base with the journalist that told me the story just to see if anything has moved. And no, apparently not. I mean, look, if you add all this together, Owen Wilson, you add the fact in that you have... I can't even concentrate anymore. I'm just so focused on how I'm going to cram in more names for Chris here. Real Madrid are 2-0 up now, by the way. Valverde's just scored. Sorry to speak over you there, Ivan Drago, but just to come back to what we were saying about Liverpool and their chasing of Jude Bellingham. You've got, obviously, top-tier journalists openly speaking about it at this point. Does it feel like it's the worst-kept secret in football now to you, Chris?
Yeah, it's honestly, it feels as if pretty much everyone, even Jude Bellingham's making hints to it in his own interviews. It's just, do you see him speak about Mo Salah the other day, saying he's one of the best in the world? Just keep twerking for us. It's brilliant. Go on, Jude.
I mean, I was talking about this with Connor, Paddy, the other day, and I was almost demanding that he gets number 8 at this point, Bellingham, when he comes into the club. Do you think there's... I don't like the fact that Keita's number 8, so whether he's here or not, I don't give a fuck. He'd drag the shirt off and give it to Jude Bellingham. But is there any other case for a different number for him that you can think of?
No. I know he likes 22, right? But no, number 8, it's got to be done. He's fit for the shirt, and as you said, I think Naby will be gone by then. But if he is somehow still here, no matter, give him the 8, no matter what.
Chris, imagine this next season. You go into a Champions League game, I don't know, last 16 or something, and we line out Thiago, Fabinho, and Jude Bellingham in a midfield trio. I mean, get the tissues already, lads. I won't lie. That has everything. That's a midfield for me that literally has everything, all the tools, and I think that's Klopp's wet dream of a midfield as well, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, there's a reason why this admission of this targeting of Jude Bellingham is being made so public, is because he is so perfect, like him, and he will be even more perfect. I don't know, that's not even possible, but he will be even better for the role come his prime and come his physical prime. Him and Barella, like those are the two that I think you could put them in pretty much any team in the world, in a functional midfield, and they would be absolutely exceptional and outstanding, the best really. But it's just the advantage that Mr. Bellingham is only 19, 20 years old, so happy days.
Paddy, I don't know about you, but since the stuff at Liverpool has come more and more apparent in the media and stuff, the amount of opposition fans who are already starting to say Bellingham's overrated really does make me chuckle.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely. It's already starting a little bit to trickle in, but as soon as it's announced, watch it change overnight from him being quality to him being overrated, and we'll pay a lot of money for him. Let them do that. They always do that, but we'll thrive off proving them all wrong, and I'm looking forward to it.
He is. I mean, even I think I underappreciate him, Chris. I watched them play in a couple of games recently, and he just has it all of it, everything you want. Bellingham has it. Loves to get into the box. You've seen his header recently as well. Lovely little move for that. Can dictate the game from midfield. Has a range of passing. Has an engine. Is tall. Is physical. Literally ticks every box. And he hasn't even filled into his man body yet.
It's scarily reminding me of Mr. Gerrard a little bit. It's like you want any box ticked is there, mate. It would just be so perfect, and to have him learning from two very different styles of midfielders in Thiago and Fabinho, and the contrast that could provide him and help him develop with, I think that's like even more scary for the world. And him under the Thiago tutelage, it's just beautiful.
Can I make a bold statement? I made it to Connor and he wouldn't let me use it for a video title earlier on, even though I wanted to. Honestly, I'm seeing a future Liverpool captain in Jude Bellingham.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. 100%. I think he has to come in and play for a few seasons and prove himself. But yeah, when Henderson eventually leaves, it'll be Van Dijk officially, I'd say. But yeah, I agree.
I think exactly what you've said, Paddy. In my head, it'll go Henderson, Van Dijk, Jude Bellingham, when Bellingham's like 23, 24 maybe. That's the way I see it going. Would we all agree, though, that if Henderson does have diminished minutes, or Van Dijk's the most likely? I know Milner isn't part of this vice captaincy nonsense as well, but he's heading off the end of the season. So Van Dijk for the armband in the games where Henderson won't be playing from now on, Chris?
Yeah, I think he's a different sort of leader to Jordan Henderson, but still an absolutely massive figure in that dressing room. So yeah, he's someone who I think that everyone will look up to and hope the standards are set by. I know he's had a poor run of form, but you can't discount Trent Alexander-Arnold from this debate as well. I think there needs to be a lot of learning done.
I'm going to discount him, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to discount him. It's got nothing to do with his form. He's just not. No. He's not a talker. He's just not. He just doesn't carry the traits of a captain for me. He doesn't strike me as somebody who will get up in a referee's faces, somebody who will get into his teammates, somebody who will... He's one of those that can obviously do it through his performances, can do it through his... But I don't see him as an actual leader of men.
If you put the team around him, though, say you have a Carragher to his Gerrard, maybe that would work out well.
He's nothing like either of them, though. They were both far more vocal, far more emotional, far more in your face. And look, Trent gets stuck in. He's gone through a bad phase at the minute. I get all that, and this isn't reactionary because of that. I just don't see him as captain material. I'd see Robbo as a captain ahead of him.
That's fair. I think it just depends on your favourite style of leadership, really. I'm a massive fan of just get out there and do your job, but it is needed vocality and basically bossing people about on the field.
For you, Paddy, do you have an area of the pitch you prefer to see your captain in? For instance, like some people don't like a keeper as a captain. Some people don't like a centre forward as a captain. Some people think it needs to be somebody who, is either centre back, can see the game develop, or in midfield where the heat of battle is.
I think midfield for me would be the preference, for the simple fact that they're in the middle of both the defense and attack and communicate better. Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't see Trent as the captain either. I don't think he has the maturity needed to be a captain. I think his performances of late has actually indicated that. Like he's been a bit lackadaisical, and I wouldn't like him. And I think it's just because he's Scouse. He's a nice idea, but not for me. But yeah, midfield is where I'd prefer a captain.
It is. It's a tough conversation to have because everybody has different traits to their personality, and as we spoke about, some people lead by example, some people lead on the training ground, some people are vocal. There's something about Trent's demeanor that I don't really feel he'd be comfortable as a captain. You look at some other players and you just feel like they're made for the role. Like you can see how Milner was the vice captain. You can see Jordan Henderson. You look around the captains before Gerrard, or it just Trent for me feels like, I think if he became the captain, Chris, it may be to the detriment of his game because of all the extra duties and responsibility that comes along with that.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. And look, he's only still 23 years old, so there's still character development to be had. There's still footballing development to be had, technical development. So yeah, I'd put him in the conversation. But for me, if someone like Bellingham came in, or Virgil obviously will be taking over, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a tough path to tread.